confident that each and every person who is sitting over here would have heard an old saying, glass is half empty or the glass is half full. Yes. Correct? So we as a student are able to appreciate this particular old saying only because we are able to embrace the dual perspective of that particular situation. Taking this old saying forward, I want to discuss technology today. So technology, I think, in this century has really impacted and shaped our lives. The way we communicate, the way we transact, the way our industries are working today. So, but this technology also has the glass half empty side. And if we want to embrace technology as a whole, we need to understand and embrace the other side of the technology also. Just to give you a brief example and to illustrate the way and to illustrate what I want to communicate further is I want to take a simple example of DigiYatra. How many of us has used that particular tool, DigiYatra? What was the experience?
It was very easy to check in. What I felt is, and I was astonished that no other paper was required. And I was also happy that I no need to stand in the other offline queue where I have to show.
Correct. And yours?
Yes, same there.
So that DigiYatra apps helps us to avoid the security checks which we encounter at the time of entry of the airport. So basically, to register on that particular app, I am supposed to upload my Aadhaar card as well as my latest selfie. So once I upload both the things put together on that particular app, and I also upload my boarding pass, it is able to equate my face with my boarding pass. So as and when I am trying to enter into that particular airport, the camera detects my face and I'm able to enter into that particular airport without any distraction or without any disturbance from any of the security person who's standing over there. So it offers a lot of security. So basically technologically it is about face is equal to boarding pass. But if you look at this technology a bit deeper, it is not about face is equal to boarding pass. This is about face is equal to your identity. So for example, if tomorrow hotels also start integrating their data with the DigiYatra app, and if I want to check in into that particular hotel and I don't have my ID card, they can validate myself from the DigiYatra app itself if their data is integrating over there. So do you think just by integrating this hotel data into the DigiYatra app, it will impact the sales of the OYO rooms?
Yeah.
Do you think it will impact?
No.
No, he says no. Okay. Let's discuss further. So if tomorrow, let's understand, and with this particular tool, with one more example, which is public distribution system. If tomorrow government can actually see that the ration which they are giving at a subsidized price to an individual is actually Vishal Goyal and it is not someone else who is collecting, I think it's a good idea.
Yes.
Right? So from that angle, the government can see Vishal Goyal is taking the rice at a subsidized price and is also staying in the hotel. Do you think it's a good idea for the hotel companies?
It is contextual, right? It is some places it is good, some places
It is
bad.
bad. Some places good, some places bad. So it will impact the sales of the OYO room to some extent. Let's look at one more example. Elections. So for example, if today we have some elections in say Bombay, and I am a registered voter in Bombay, but someone else with some setting with the polling officer casted my vote on behalf of me and I am not aware of it. So there is a risk, slight risk that some setting might happen with the polling officer with respect to the casting of the votes. So tomorrow the government of India can actually validate that yes, this guy has come to this particular station and actually voted. So now the government knows Vishal Goyal has voted against me. He takes rice at a subsidized price and also stays in the hotel. So it will impact the sales of the OYO room or not? Again, same question. No, he's still saying no. Okay. So if I look at so every data which we share has two critical questions to be answered. First is data security, how the data is being secured. Second is owner of the data, how he is using that particular piece of data. So for example, I'll give you a real life example which I myself experienced. There was a hack of the Domino's data 3 years back, right? In which the hacker created a website in which anyone can enter their mobile number and see from which all addresses we have ordered this particular pizza from. So when I told this to my wife jumped onto me. She said, I want to see from which all addresses you have ordered this particular pizza from Domino's. And thankfully I'm still married. so data security is one of the aspects which is very important for the technology. And the second is usage of the data, how the owner of that particular data is using the data. As we discussed, if you don't have the proper checks and balances, the data can be used against you depending upon the will of the owner. Owner can be government, owner can be the app. So just to illustrate one last example before I leave, how the technology changes everything is everybody has been using those QR codes, right?
Yeah.
Right. So if tomorrow you enter into an ATM and there is a screen, you enter the amount you want to withdraw, and the screen shows the QR code. You can scan the QR code and enter your PIN. The cash will come out without the usage of the debit card. This is what is happening in India right now. So all the debit card companies which manufacture that physical card are really struggling to see how to cope up with this particular change. So the change is happening. We have to see how the data, and we have to constantly ask to ourselves how the data is being secured and how the data is being used by the owner of that particular data. With this, I would like to end and say the last thing: technology gives us a lot of convenience. It comes with risk and cost. Risk is something which we don't see. Cost is something which we don't incur immediately. So people feel some changa si. That's it from my side.
Restart.